Back is still the thank you series courtesy of Knorr and Lipton right here on Rubbing Minds, and I have you with me now, Timi Agbaje. How you doing? Let's talk entertainment. 2020, I know, is behind us now, but it had so many low moments, but a few high moments. Anything stand out for you?
2020 for me, from the beginning, it was more speculations. From December, we've been hearing about COVID. It sounded like something that was very, very far from all of us. That it's in China, it doesn't get to people like us.
Like China, sorry.
Nothing concerns Nigeria with China. But from, say, February ending to March, it impacted the entertainment industry, everybody. Then we knew that, okay, this is serious. So for 2020, for me, things that stood out were COVID-19, and SARS protest. And I think some strides that people made, like Netflix became more near to us. I don't know how. We got more Nigerian movies on Netflix. People like, go and stream my movie on Netflix, go and watch me on Netflix. So it looked like Netflix came further home to Nigeria. And the Ikorodu boys and some particular people like Omahlay. Omahlay for me was the COVID star, and he's still here today.
Yeah. The COVID star, that's an interesting one. But I want to talk about some things that, like I said, 2020 it had so many low moments, but there were things that stood out that made us laugh, at least take our minds off some of the stress of the year. And one person that I think comes to mind from January to December for me was Osita Iheme, or Popo. From
it was perfect for
there was a meme for everything.
It was like when he was shooting those stuff, it was like documenting himself for the future. Like every meme you want to talk about on social media. So the one that now blew my mind was the fact that there was a particular picture he posted on Twitter, and he said, "Thank you very much, I see the love," and all. He stood in front of his car. Then immediately somebody captured again. This is another meme picture. It was crazy.
Yeah. But a lot of people have talked about, what that does for their career. And how do you get the ripple effects to them? Because you can't get royalties from memes or gifts or whatever. It's like, how do they translate this? Because they're worldwide stars. Now everybody knows their faces.
I think
around
it
the world.
puts them in conversation. And for everybody doing entertainment, visibility, positioning, and conversations are things that actually matter to you a lot. You might be doing very amazing stuff out there if people are not talking about you. So the moment people always say, someone somewhere at the top, someone that matters at the table will still ask a question that, who is this guy? How about we bring this guy to a movie? How about we renew something about his career, bring him in a new movie? Someone somewhere is planning something on purpose right now. It might just not be open to the two of us. So the fact that it's trending on social media, the meme, everything is bringing him out conversations and all, I feel that his career somehow will get the brand equity somehow.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
I want to talk about comedy now. People tend to talk about entertainment and how it was affected in 2020, but comedy itself, I mean, we hardly saw any stand-up shows at all throughout 2020. How does that affect the industry, you think? With creativity, I know the online comedians, like people call them, they thrived because they had more time to produce content. But the stand-up guys are some of the superstars that we have, but we couldn't see anything from them this year because of, the content in 2020. What do you think that does for the industry?
I think comedy, entertainment, catering, hospitality to a certain point, a lot of other industries were impacted negatively because of the restrictions, the lockdown, and even the pandemic. The fact that we can't do a big concert, for example. DMW had to cancel their concert because of corona regulations. Omahlay will not be training free Omahlay and free temps on Twitter if not COVID. So I feel that comedy itself, from the impact of COVID-19, had the good side and the bad side. The bad side might be for the stand-up comedians, people that they thrive on, there's something coming, AY Live in Port Harcourt, AY Live in this. But the same people that frontline these comedy shows are also going digital. Like, they are doing shows on YouTube. Basketball just launched something on YouTube, Papa Benji. AY has been doing his own Call to Bar series on YouTube. So I feel that it has affected them, but they found a way to wriggle out and adapt. It might be slow, it might not be for everybody. For example, those that don't have the resources and the abilities to go digital, or they are actually eating bad, they are eating the bad side of the COVID-19 regulation. So I feel that with time, digital will make things regulated.
I mean, people thought on 31st of December, COVID would just turn off and 2021 will start on a new note, which of course is not happening. It's still here with us. There's talks about a new strain, second wave, and all of that. Are you worried about the industry in 2021?
I don't know. I think there's something about Nigerians. We are very hopeful. It's very easy to ignite the hope of a Nigerian. I don't know how God created us that way. I've always known that if COVID-19 is as deadly as it is, Nigeria will suffer greatly because of so many things. We don't have good healthcare system. We don't even have a good way of governing things, of calculating that, okay, we can restrict these people, we can prevent the further spread of this stuff. So I never expected that by December 31st, things would get better. I was just praying that the way we didn't have the bloody death that they were having in other parts of the world that was crazy, that was like widespread, that we don't have that. I don't have big plans for 2021. I just want to say, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to.
I think that's what 2020 has taught a lot of
Yes,
us.
let's see how it goes. Like, just on that cruise, let's see how it goes.
So 2 questions. Who was the biggest star of 2020 for you in entertainment, and who was the biggest breakout star for you?
Entertainment breakout, let me start from there. I'll say Omahlay. Omahlay came with a very different sound. He came with so many things, so many vibes. Who is this guy? Then as if he was waiting, he has been waiting for this time so much. After people were talking about him, that this guy is not bad, this guy is not bad, he dropped another EP and it was a hit back to back. So he's the breakout star. But to say the biggest star of 2020 for me, it might not be what you expect me to say, but I'll say the people that laid their lives down at the NSAS protest. Those are the biggest stars of 2020.
Yeah.
Like a lot of us were at the protest, a lot of us were there frontlining, doing a lot of stuff. But there was a day that they knew death was coming. Like everybody in Nigeria knew that something bad was going to happen that day. CCTV cameras were off, lights were shut down. If I was there that day at some point, I could literally feel that something bad was going to happen. At some point, I was like, guys, I think I just want to see what's going to happen, and I stepped back. But these people didn't step back. These people were there throughout the shooting, throughout the massacre, in quotes. There was gunshots, there was stuff, they were just waving their flags and doing all that. So for me, they're the biggest stars of 2020.
Yeah. Well, that's it on our show today, and we've celebrated 12 days of Christmas. Thanks, of course, to Lipton and Knorr for this series of thanks. Remember, you can always make a list of those you're thankful for in the past year. And it's very important to just put a call across to them. It's very important that we keep connecting people as we face 2021 and hopefully gets better than 2020 was. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you next Sunday.